You ever get a stuffy nose and have to breathe through your mouth all night and wake up feeling like this? What if I was cool? Oh wait, I am. Them, you can't post any random pic and expect people to understand it. Me after bro promised me he won't tell my secret to anyone. It's in the newspaper. Coffee, me at work. When you're telling your grandparents about your job and they have no clue what you're talking about but they're supportive. When you see thousands of images of yours in a different character suddenly circulating around the internet. Me about to take the first drink of my soda, my wife. I stepped in she, that one kid who says shut up whenever they're losing the argument. When I'm in a changing UI for zero goddamn reason competition and my opponent is Spotify and Discord. When you're a finalist on America's Got Talent and your opponent has stage 4 cancer. Principal during graduation saying how everyone is so smart and will be so successful, kid who huffed dust off at lunch. So this month for the first time my only bill was more than my rent. Ally achievement unlocked. Hashtag X work is real work. Hashtag pay for your ton. Hashtag feminist. Hashtag only f***s. Me telling my parents I have never smoked. Our house. My face when the childless friend who married a single mom and supports 2 kids that aren't his tells me I'm wasting money on nonsense just because I bought a gaming console to unwind after work. My teacher when I tell them my dog ate my homework and my friend ate my dog. POV, Shadow found out you are a Latina, you will marry me. Hold shift to run. Hold shift to uppercase walk. Remember that time you got polio? Nope, me neither. Thanks science. I'm Steve, I'm utterly disgusted. How furries think they look, how they actually look. I don't want to alarm you, but Windows is getting another update. Your body has ran out of magnesium, 0 mg. When listen to old audios of her voice you realize the charge of your headphone was empty all the time and the visit to the psychiatrist is dangerous close. 10-year-old me when the cashier starts scanning my items as I wait for my mom to get what she forgot. There is no Easter Bunny, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no difference in FIFA games. Sleeping early. Sleeping late for no reason and regretting it in the morning. When you are surrounded by thousands of years of history but there is a cat. I wanted to dress up my nephew as a zombie but he ended up looking like a tired accountant. When you hear a short friend say when I was little. Me at 3 AM reading all 476 comments of 2 strangers arguing on the internet. British people should not be allowed to translate manga light novels visual novels. This is a travesty. A jit like him. I absolutely don't fancy him one bit. Yeah, I don't fancy him right. The face when you find out one of the homies got drunk and leaked the group chat. AI feature. What is my purpose? You annoy users until they find a workaround. Oh my god. The stink bug not doing anything to me. If you think fireworks are loud, try opening one of these late at night. I can understand why chickens wake up and scream. I'm leaving right now. KYS. What? Keep yourself safe. The massive garbage patch in the ocean as seen from the International Space Station. Still think pollution isn't a problem. Just me and my mixed music taste against the world. Young me trying to figure out how the cheap solar powered calculator works just fine without batteries or sunlight. The homeless man outside the supermarket watching me ride the coin operated horse after I told him I didn't have any change. How the shy introverted kid prepares to say hey during attendance. When it's your first time accidentally entering Tonsite, weird knowledge increased. What my granny sees, what every other woman sees. Your brain at 11 PM, I cast, cringy memory. Marry someone who says things like, I'm proud of you, I can't believe you're mine, you're right I was wrong, you can do it baby, I'll go get you tacos, no 7 tacos isn't a lot. Robber breaks into my house at 3 AM, me, mid-stroke. Wants to read, doesn't read, wants to draw, doesn't draw, wants to study a language, doesn't study the language, wants to watch new movies, doesn't watch new movies, wants to do stuff I like and enjoy, doesn't. When the computer asks, are you a robot? Maybe he just wants to find his family. My wife witnessed a miracle today and yelled across the house with an urgency that had me sprinting. I thought something terrible had happened, but when I came into the kitchen she said, look. What the F guy on Bumble was like, I don't like Bumble. Can we talk on Snap? I was like, I don't have Snap, you can message me on Insta, and he was like, I don't have Insta, what about Kik? I was like, I don't have Kik, what about comments section of YouTube video? And he unmatched me. It should be illegal to take a nap and still have a headache when you wake up. Like, no, I shut it off and back on again, why are you still here? This she whispers to grown adults like the Green Goblin mask. Me mentally preparing myself to leave the house and deal with all the bungholes out there. When she is thick horn and don't wanna wait for smash anymore. Born to say, are you effing stupid? Forced to say, wow, I have never thought about it like that before. Shops, shoplifters. Things I do every day, waste my time. When you're accidentally included in a war plan group chat. When Chuck Norris dials 911, he asks if there's an emergency. Teacher, has everyone finished writing? Whole class, not yet. That one student, yes. Teacher erases board. Whole class. Society, you need to open up more. Me, if I opened up more. Me, I need to start saving money. Me, when I get paid. When you become a dad and your wife installs child safety measures and you realize they work on you too. If I was 11, this how I would have spun back. AI artist. Prompt writer. Create a cute 2D girl. Give her ears and a tail. She is 14 years old. She is 14 years old. She is 800 years old. I can't believe Italians saw this then moved to New Jersey. Technology has gone too far, man. My roommate is logged out of his light bulbs because he forgot his password. Rock, paper, scissor. My 72-year-old mother just informed me she is going to her first ex party and doesn't know what to bring. After some delicate questioning, gender reveal mom. It's called a gender reveal. Please do not the cat. Me, when I the cat. I bet he's thinking about other women. Him, if the purple squirrel from Dora the Explorer only speaks Spanish in the English version of the show, then does he only speak English in the Spanish version of the show? Me, oh cool, a new video got uploaded, can't wait to watch the video in question. Members first. I asked this dude what his shirt said and he said dope. I didn't have the heart to tell him. When the earthquake hits at the wrong time. Told you I was gonna rock your world. What were electric eels called before electricity was invented? Turn in my essay. Do I look like a snitch? Monster Energy. Target audience. Actual audience. When you're feeling unlucky in real life but then you saw that there's people falling for age baits. Historian, when he once again hears that giving a part of a country in Eastern Europe will stop him from causing another global conflict. I have played these games before. When your mom senses your disrespect but you're 5 kilometers away. Can you explain this gap in your resume? The gap in my resume. The only person I tolerate at work handing their resignation. Me. When you're talking with your friend and they explain how they had their Zell awakening in church. My friend. So that's how I found out I have a thing for leather in church. Me. You know, people treat me like a god. How? They ignore my existence unless they need something from me. Everyone is enjoying the Ghibli trend. There is so much positivity. This trend is insult to Miyazaki. Also, graphic designers will lose their jobs. How are you going to get your protein? From you. Me saying I'll do it later. Future me. This dog really wants to address the elephant in the room. Gwyneth Paltrow broke down and ate bread during quarantine. What was your lowest point? I lost my job and my mother lied. If you're not in my circle of trust, you're probably in my triangle of suspicion or rhombus of doubt. Can you lack on 3 people at once using a bowling ball? Who the F starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. The this has 8,000 nerve ending and still isn't as sensitive as a politician's ego. Wake up. Come on. Snap out of it. Please, if you can hear my voice, it's no use. He's in a deep coma. Have you considered building your LinkedIn personal brand? Had an elderly boss who got scammed out of $5,000 in a "your Mac is infected" call. I told her it was a scam plus reported it to Chase Credit. That night she called the scammer angry. "I'm sorry," he said, "I'll refund you. What's your debit card info?" Guess what she did? Women. Men are gross and stick it into anything. Also, women use and change the shape of the bottles and sales increased by 700%. Dog noisy is the best. Boy, if you don't put that effing comma after dog. When you misjudged how potent the brownie was. $100 when I was a kid. I can buy anything I want with this. $100 now. I can't even afford groceries with this. Select all squares with motorcycles.
Spare change. Spare change, ma'am.